A'udhu billah. Bismillah. We spend most of our lives moving on autopilot. We step from pavement to patches of grass to wooden floorboards, entirely expecting the ground to simply hold us. The sheer stability of the earth beneath our feet is a reality we assume as an absolute given. Psychologists describe this as the hedonic treadmill. Humans adapt rapidly to constant positive circumstances, and because the Earth's provision is so consistent, it becomes part of the unnoticed background of our lives. We stop perceiving the stability because it has never been absent. But take a look at this animated diagram mapping the conditions for a habitable planet. The tectonic and atmospheric stability required to sustain life is extraordinarily narrow. To either side, you see violent extremes. The ground not destroying us is a continuous, precise configuration. Verse 15 of Sūrat al-Mulk describes the earth as the Luth.
In classical Arabic, this term refers to a wild camel that has been deliberately tamed and made submissive for riding. The planet is gentled into a serviceable state for your passage. For classical scholars like al-Qushayri, this physical reality points to an internal one. He connects the taming of the earth to the concept of tazkiyah, the purification of the human ego, or the nefs. The work of the spiritual path does not require destroying the ego. Instead, the goal is to gentle its wildness, transforming a resistant, reactive self into a quiet, useful vehicle for the soul. The physical ground we walk on acts as a map for our internal state. Just as a volcanic, shifting earth was held still so that we could build homes and plant crops, the spiritual path requires us to bring our own internal volatility to a state of quiet. The Earth's external stability is the proof that such a taming is possible, but that stability has limits. Verses 16 through 18 pivot to the fragility beneath the gentleness. They ask what happens when the illusion of self-sufficiency breaks, reminding us that the same earth that carries us so smoothly could easily swallow us. Immediately after introducing that existential anxiety, the Quran offers a visual antidote in verse 19. It asks us to look up at the birds above us. Watch the biomechanics in this slow-motion footage of a bird spreading its wings, safat, and folding them, yakbidna. The primary flight feathers twist independently during every stroke, morphing the wing's geometry mid-flight in ways human engineering still struggles to replicate. Watching this geometry in motion allows the mind's directed attention system to recover. Clinical research shows that observing birds in flight lowers stress levels and reduces the heavy mental fatigue of modern life. For the mystic Sahal al-Tustari, the bird maps the interior life of the spiritual seeker. The spread wing represents the state of bast, the moments of spiritual expansion, joy, and the opening of the heart toward the divine. The folded wing represents the state of kabd, spiritual contraction and difficulty. Both are absolutely inevitable conditions of the human experience. The theological anchor of the verse is that Al-Rahman, the merciful, holds the bird aloft through both movements. The bird is sustained through the wide spread and sustained through the tight fold. True reliance on God, or tawakkul, requires us to realize that divine mercy sustains us during our most painful contractions, exactly as it does during our joyous expansions. Surrounded by a tamed earth and a sustained sky, verse 22 asks the final question, how exactly should we walk? It places two individuals side by side, one stumbling, face pressed blindly to the ground, and one walking upright. This diagram tracks the clinical reality of embodied cognition. Psychological research shows that a slumped, face-down posture actively narrows a person's cognitive focus and increases depressive ideation. Conversely, walking upright broadens our attentional scope and confidence. Long before this research, Rumi mapped the spiritual cost of that posture. The face-down walker represents someone absorbed by immediate appetites. They move without direction because their eyes are stuck in the dust. Ibn Arabi understood the upright walker, moving sawiyan, as the fully realized human. This is an act of geometric alignment. We move horizontally across the earth to fulfill our duties, while maintaining a vertical axis that connects our gaze to the divine. Think about the expansions and contractions of your own inner life. Notice the physical path you take through your day. Take a single moment to sit quietly and ask exactly where your face is pointed as you move through the world. O you who made the earth gentle beneath my feet, teach me to walk through it with the gratitude of one who knows it could be otherwise. O merciful one who holds the bird through spreading and folding, hold me too in the contractions I cannot control. Amin. Thank you for sharing this quiet reflection with us. This audio structure was compiled using AI tools, drawing directly from the research and translations in The Earth Under Your Feet. May peace be upon your path.